said I wanted to do something that I wanted to do, which is good branding. Got that in. From there, I had the option to go to investment banking versus consulting, and a few other options. Actually, a few other offers. McKinsey came along. I said I'd do it. At that point, most of us probably know it, but I didn't know till I went to business school what McKinsey was. I said, oh, McKinsey made an offer. I said, I'll go here. And the only reason to do it was I think with Anil, I have a lot more discussion on this about people skills. I think someone pointed out soft skills. So for me, the main reason to choose McKinsey was the soft skills that it offers, the ability to work with people, the ability to drive change. So I took that up. Well, anyway, just to finish off the Hep C thing, I think after 6 months after I started, maybe it took about a year, the doctor came back and said, you never had Hep C. Maybe I did, maybe it went away, it didn't matter. But I think that did trigger a set of changes in my life that I just said, I'll go through with it. So then I went to business school, then I even forgot about what happened, but I just thought about it when I was coming on here. So then McKinsey, 4 years, and there are two ways you can do in consulting. I'm sure Sanjay can talk, I think Ravi can talk more about it, people who have been consultants. One is you can pick a area and become super specialized, and that's the right way to go. I actually think that's the right way to go. But I've just never been able to settle on one thing. It's a drawback, right? It's the inability to say, if I do this, maybe I'm losing out on something else. And I've decided to live my life that way, it's okay. So when I was at McKinsey for 4 years, I did all kinds of crap. Like I did high tech, I was here with Satyam Sraju working on 108, I worked with Gates Foundation, I did 104, then went back and did all kinds of, which is not great from a career perspective, but gave me tons of different experiences. Again, there's no nice, happy ending to this story. It just was interesting to me. It just made me do things that I wanted to do. Then, like 6 or 7 years back, I joined Credit Suisse, which is where I'm at. And I decided at that point, it's like, hey, fuck it, I won't do this jack of all trades. I'll settle down till my kids grow. So now my daughter is 16 or coming up to 17. She'll go to college. I think I'll be reasonably okay in 50 years. Coming to the last part of it, what do I want to do next? I thought about it. We all think, I think at least, that we are greater lovers and bigger heroes in our own eyes than what others might see us. And I always thought, hey, I have this ability to start a company, so on and so forth. That's my one regret, I guess. Everything else, I've done it in such a way that I don't want to live with a regret. Like, there's one thing that I think, another thing I want to share is that at probably 19, maybe it was 18, I don't know, I would lie back in my hostel room and I'd look up into the ceiling and say, what's the point of it all? I really did not see for about 6 to 9 months. Maybe I was clinically depressed, or maybe not, I don't really care. What's the point of life? I would wake up, and to me, every day would seem exactly the same as the last day. I didn't care about it, but I died. It didn't matter. Even now, the thought kind of stays. So I did a lot of studying about death, dying, people who have had near-death experiences and all that and so on and so forth. Anyway, the bottom thing for me was that I realized that, okay, fine, let's assume that I'm dead today. So I clearly remember, like I was 19, I was sitting somewhere near Secunderabad station, I said, let's say I died today. I'm dead. Everything that happens after that day is a bonus. So it doesn't matter what I do after this because I'm no longer there. And that thought always has carried through in my life. Like I can make any decisions and I can move forward because I really feel like I have no right to this one moment. I won't have been here. So that's it. And I'll tell one story that has always been an anchor stone for me. There's
Go on, please.
Okay.
Push it.
Thank you. This is one story, I'll tell it, and maybe this will resonate with you, right? So, there's this guy in Mexico who every day got up and he would put on his gold digging tools and he would go searching for gold. And he has been doing that for the past 25 years. So, and he's almost like a tourist attraction. So the guides, when the tourists come in and say, this guy goes out searching for gold. So the tourist, one of the tourists asked, why does he do that? If for 25 years he hasn't found out that there's no gold. Why does he do that? So the guide says, if he stops now, he has to answer what he has been doing for the last 25 years. So it's much harder for him to kind of like come up with an answer than to just continue to doing it for the next 25, 30 years, right? And that's it. So to me, that guy could be digging up a dry well, but the point is that be willing to let go of something that you might have started. You might have invested a lot in it, but it doesn't matter. And I always carry that in me, like, okay, you've done so much, you spent 10 years. If it's not working out, it's not working out. It's still your life. Go on to something new. So that's it. I'll leave it there. And what I want to do as the next step, the two things that I want to, maybe it's the one thing. Startup is definitely on my mind. I don't really care about the money. I think it's reasonable what I make right now. I think it works. But it's the joy of building something from scratch that fascinates me. But I'm not sure if I'm cut out for it, right? So I don't know whether I have all the things. I think I have, from the idea perspective, I can do it, I can think through it. But from being able to mobilize people to do it, I don't know. So I've kind of come down, and I think I've sent it to Sanjay. I haven't gotten any feedback, my friend. Just said, you know what, I will distill my thoughts into a book, and I might continue to write books. So that's where it is. I mean, my next, maybe in 3 or 4 years when my kids have gone into school, I'll continue to work on books. And that's something that I can fully control. And honestly, it wouldn't be for somebody has to even read it. I just do it because it gives me joy to be able to just do it. Anyway, that's that.
Excellent.